So before we get into 2.0, I noticed that the Honkai Star Rail team, they put up two more videos. Penacony descends upon the sphere in Las Vegas. This is a short one. And then there's Keeping Up the Star Rail. So I'm pretty sure they're going to tell us how to play the characters. Which, some characters are pretty straightforward. Others, my caveman brain can't quite figure out. So we're going to check that out. First, let's see what's going on in Vegas. Hey, it's Mickey. I mean, I forgot his name. Sorry, that's loud. Oh, right. Las Vegas has that really giant, overly expensive spear. Wait, do they actually spend money to put this on the spear, or is this just all video edited? I think I actually used that code earlier. Somebody in my Discord popped that up. Vegas share. Wait, let me double check real quick. Did I use that already? Yes, okay, I already used that. But, okay, now that code makes sense, because I saw it as like Vegas. It's like, what's going on in Vegas? You're spending money to put that on? Okay, that's crazy. Like, when I first saw that sphere in Vegas, I was like, okay, that is the biggest waste of money. That's just showing off how much money you get to waste and burn. I mean, it looks nice. Not gonna lie. It looks impressive. All of this is a giant billboard. Oh man, I wonder how much it cost. Look how big. Okay, look. This is the parking garage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 levels on a parking garage, and it barely comes up to like a fifth of the height on this thing. I mean, do you understand how huge this thing is? That's. I'm hoping they actually just photoshopped this and they didn't actually spend money on that. Oh, they probably did. That's... Wow, okay, but hey. I think we got like some XP material out of that, so thank you. And next up, we got Keeping Up with the Star Rail. So please, Albert, teach me how to play the game.
She's a memo keeper of the Garden of Recollection, a mysterious and elegant soothsayer. With a warm smile, she patiently absorbs the words of others, entering their memories to seize the information she requires.
Oh, she's a...
Driven
oh,
in
that's
her pursuit
invasive.
of unique memories, her motivations are nevertheless difficult to glean.
What, blackmail? She's
Meet
going
the
into your
star
brain.
of today's Keeping Up with Star Rail, Black Swan.
Shady from the get-go. God damn.
In today's episode, we've invited a special guest who claims to be privy to gossip from across the universe. Miss Sampo?
Wait, what?
Hey everyone, I'm Sampo's good friend Sparkle.
Hello, security?
Hey, come on, I'm a huge Albert fan. It took
Okay,
me
wait, so was
ages
it
to get
supposed to be
here.
Sampo and she
Don't
broke
kick
in?
me out already, please.
Hello? Albert fan.
Plus, I'm a huge Black Swan fan too. I know everything there is to know.
Stalker.
With your super hosting and my super knowledge, this program's gonna rock.
Super hosting.
So I know they're both part of the Masked Fools, like her and Sampo. But she said Miss Sampo. Like, so that's just a slip of the tongue, or are they legit married?
Hello?
Oh, that would be
Hello?
Mrs. Sampo.
What do you need?
2 cappuccinos. Thank you.
Get lost.
As a professional
Deserved.
super host, it's my duty to give the fans what they want. So, Miss Sparkle, you've got yourself a deal. Black Swan is a wind-type character following the path of nihility. This
I'm curious
mysterious
why
and
does
elegant
Sparkle
soothsayer
dress up like
excels
she's
in
from the
harnessing
Lofu?
power of the
Like, is she?
remembrance to manipulate her enemies' destinies.
Whoa, amazing.
When using her basic attack, Black Swan deals
This
wind
is
damage
crazy.
to the
I love this. I love the T-Rex with a chef hat. And I just noticed D20. We got D&D players.
enemy based on her attack, with a chance to inflict the attack target with 1 stack of Arcana. Moreover, when Black Swan hits enemies suffering from wind, shear, bleed, burn, or shock, there's a separate chance of further inflicting 1 additional stack of Arcana on the target.
Okay,
At
so
the start
team her
of
up with
each
DOT
turn,
characters.
Each enemy target has a chance to be afflicted by a stack of Arcana for every instance of damage over time sustained. After unlocking a specific trace, if the target receives DOT during an attack from an ally, there's a chance for the target to be inflicted with 1 stack of Arcana, with a limit to the number of stacks per attack.
Mr. Albert, can you tell me what this Arcana is used for?
Brilliant question, Miss Spark.
Okay, so she slaps them with Arcana. Every time they take a DOT damage, they get more Arcana damage. Whenever they're attacked, when they have Arcana, they get more stacks of Arcana.
Arcana definitely has its uses. When afflicted by Arcana, enemy targets will receive wind damage over time that's equal to a percentage of Black Swan's attack power at the start of each turn. Each stack of Arcana slightly increases the damage multiplier, which is then reset to 1 stack. Also, at the beginning of an enemy's turn, when Arcana causes damage, Black Swan will trigger additional effects that are stackable based upon the number of Arcana stacks. For example, it inflicts wind damage over time to adjacent enemies equal to a certain percentage of Black Swan's attack, and has a chance of inflicting 1 stack of Arcana. Plus, the damage over time inflicted this time ignores a certain percentage of enemy defense.
Fantastic. Another layer.
So is the defense ignore only for the Arcana, or is it for other people's DOTs as well?
Complexity. Just what I needed. Being able to explain complex topics is what you excel at, Albert.
That's right. When using her skill, Black Swan deals wind damage based on her attack to the target enemy and adjacent targets.
No splash
There's
damage.
also a chance to inflict each enemy with 1 stack of Arcana and a chance of reducing their defense for a set number of turns.
How is she not Quantum? Why is she Wind? She looks like a Quantum character. Like, I don't get the fact that she's Wind. Like, is it just for the meta? Because it looks like she was originally built for Quantum. Her entire deal is she reads people's minds and goes into their dreams. So, like, because I thought, like, Quantum was about, like, bending space and, like, time. So, I figure Imaginary would probably be better for going into people's dreams. Maybe that's just the ability part. But everything about her looks Quantum. Where did the wind come from?
After unlocking a specific trace, when Black Swan's skill hits an enemy suffering from bleed, burn, or shock debuffs, each one has a respective chance of inflicting an extra stack of Arcana on them.
Oh, look at her, the mastermind of odds, treating combat like a simple card trick. She's really awesome.
She's stacking the deck.
During exploration, when Black Swan uses her technique and enters combat, there's a chance that each single target will succumb to 1 stack of Arcana. Targets suffering from Arcana will be repeatedly judged to determine whether or not they'll be inflicted again. This is repeated until it fails. The chance of re-inflicting Arcana reduces with each application.
That's pretty crazy.
Needs to do a little fortune telling before the fight, does she?
Okay, so they get more Arcana, they get a stack, and then they goes again, and they get a stack, and it keeps on going until they just stop getting stacks. Is like, how high could it possibly go? Can we get like 99 stacks? Can we break 99 stacks?
Should we crown her the Queen of Foresight? Or just a buzzkill afraid of a little surprise?
Miss Sparkle, are you really a fan of Black Swan?
Fanatic, fan, same difference.
Yeah,
However,
it is the
when
same
it comes
thing.
to you, Albert, I'm a real
Fan is short for fanatic.
admirer. I've watched every episode you've ever made.
There's a few episodes better left forgotten. But for the Memo Keeper, it's the memories that cause pain which are the most formidable weapons. When using her ultimate, Black Swan inflicts epiphany upon all enemies for a set number of turns, and deals wind damage to them based on
Okay. This is freaking
inflicts epiphany
crazy.
upon all enemies for a set number of turns.
And I gotta say, I think somebody at Hoyoverse here, they have a fetish for hands. Okay, not just because of this. Let's go back to the Fu Swan light cone. Here, let me pull it up. No, the Fu Swan light cone. I'm glad I'm looking this up on my other monitor. Okay. Fu Swan light cone, you know, the mysterious hands covering her eyes. And then wasn't there another one? Let's see. Like, it wasn't just Fu Shuang, was it? But yeah, like I noticed this with Fu Shuang. There was I could have sworn there's another character who's like just being grabbed by mysterious hands all over the place. I can't remember who it was. Wait, it wasn't Run, right? Why do you not just show me the light cone of Ruan Mei? Okay, let's try here. Okay, no. Well, anyway. Hands. Yeah, somebody likes them.
And deals wind damage to them based on her own attack. While inflicted with Epiphany, enemies take increased damage during their turns. Moreover, enemies suffering from Arcana are deemed to be in a state of wind shear, bleed, burn, and shock as well. While Epiphany is in effect, Arcana stacks will not be reset after inflicting damage at the beginning of each turn.
Okay, now, here it says Epiphany, the enemies are considered to be inflicted with, bleed, burn, whatever. Does that work with Greniphin's ultimate? When Greniphin uses her ultimate, she procs all burn effects. So, if they're afflicted with Epiphany, and Greniphin uses her ult, does it proc this ability?
Inflicting damage at the beginning of each turn, but there is a maximum limit to how often this effect can be triggered.
Note to self. Induce memory loss in self before next meeting with Black Swan.
Oh, seems like Miss Black Swan has run into trouble. Or perhaps she knew it was coming all along.
Ooh, fight! Fight!
We see Black Swan use her skill, effectively using her traces to ensnare the enemy with several stacks of Arcana, simultaneously weakening their defense. Her teammate launches an attack, inflicting a DOT debuff on the enemy.
Outnumbering them? You call that skill? Don't lose, Dream Jolt Troop!
Oh, but Black Swan appears unfazed by Miss Sparkle's comments and uses her ultimate right before the enemy's action, putting them into a state of epiphany. Ooh, looks like the chief's trying to set an example for his underlings by launching a counter-attack. Unaware that Black Swan's triggered Arcana on him, delivering a defense-ignoring smackdown to them all.
Did he eat his own tail? What was that? Oh no, he has like a backpack of food.
Follow-up attack. With enemies suffering damage over time, the stacks of Arcana keep rising higher and higher as a result of Black Swan's basic attacks. Finally, the burn, shock, and Arcana effects imposed on the enemy are triggered in succession, vanquishing yet again another enemy. All's well that ends well, and that's a wrap.
Boring. Yet again, it's the same old story of good versus evil. Unfollowed.
Just wondering, is there any sort of beef between you and Miss Black Swan?
Not really, it's just Miss Black Swan is always so composed. I can't help but want to see her trip over.
Crabs in a bucket.
Albert, we've got an intruder in our midst. Looks like she's made her way towards the broadcasting room. You seen anything?
An intruder, you say? Oh, why? Not at all.
Huh? What happened to your voice?
Not familiar with the avian voice molting phases, huh? Alright, I'm hanging up. That's it's over. It's a wrap. Oh, please. I'm too young for it to be over.
Oh, I just noticed the scissors. I was gonna make a joke that she's holding a gun to him. This is even scarier. Okay, so she is a crab in a bucket. If you don't know what that term means, like she's talking about like how Black Swan looks so composed and she wants to see her fall. But a crab in the bucket, what that term refers to is there's a fisherman. He's on a pier, he's fishing for crabs. A passerby walks by, sees a bucket full of crabs, and he says, "Oh, hey, you forgot to put a lid on that bucket. The crab's gonna crawl out." The fisherman says, "No. Every time a crab tries to crawl out, the crab's in the bottom pulls it back down. Crabs will never let another crab rise above them." That's a crab in a bucket. She wants to see a Black Swan fail or trip because she's rising above her. So yeah, Sparkle seems pretty devious. It's like I know like this is supposed to be like a Black Swan showcase. Sparkle seems two-faced. That's my take on it. But hey, now we know how to use Black Swan. I'm probably still not going to pull for her. Probably. My account is fine with characters. I just want to pull for characters that I like. And I don't want extra characters that I need to build because I'm running out of resources here. But Black Swan is really tempting. Her kit looks fun. And she seems like an interesting character, but we'll see. We're going to get into the game soon, so that's it for now. Later.